Good day to you one and all. It is I, Justin Hawkins. Probably got a few smudges on here. I'll use my I Love Taylor Swift t-shirt to cleanse the lens. See, that's the kind of poetry that just pours out of me. Today I'm talking about a band called Mixed Up Everything, and the video I'm going to talk about is Normality. I'll explain why after I've sung the theme tune. Justin Hawkins rides again. Yes, that was beautiful. And I didn't tune my guitar or anything. Didn't need to. So anyway, there's been a campaign. It's been ongoing, and it started months ago. Back in May, Sweet Chili Pepper 2156 wrote, Justin would love to see a reaction to the new up-and-coming saviours of rock, Mixed Up Everything. They've just released a new single, and you of all people would definitely appreciate it. Must check out. Mickey, who's that? Mickey Kotak has been a frequent campaigner, and my producer tells me that this person has shown true commitment. Do something on Mixed Up Everything, please. Would You Be Me is a killer track, apparently. Most recently, Night Train 2 wrote under my Christmas episode, I beg you to review Mixed Up Everything's Normality or Would You Be Me? Both incredible songs by four Australian brothers. So, Mixed Up Everything are a rock band from Melbourne who are four brothers, Todd, Kevin, Blake and Kobe Dima. On their website they explain how they began their interest in everything rock as mere infants playing air guitar for their parents. By their teens they were going viral and being called the 21st century's answer to Hanson. But they were also getting millions of views on YouTube for their covers of songs by artists including Guns N' Roses, Metallica, Nirvana and The Offspring. And it was The Offspring who in 2012 shared the brothers' cover of The Future Is Now. And more recently, in a full circle moment in November, Mixed Up Everything opened for The Offspring in Melbourne. So they've released 3 albums, and Normality is taken from What's the Rush Now? I'm going to listen to it and let you know what I think. Okay, so this is a slightly different approach to guitar playing. This is very much from the Billy Duffy school of riffery. So he's got a drone note happening on the A, and he's moving his finger around on the D string, as it were. I'll just check the riff and I'll show you how it's done. So I think there's something happening here as well. But if you look at that sort of technique, it's a little bit like same sort of principle, isn't it? Let me know when I can go back to. Ooh, okay, so it's got this slightly wistful kind of that stuff, and then it goes to the relative minor, and it's quite loud, so it's got a bit of grungy stuff, very 90s vibe. Normality, I know that you decide for me. My normality, they tell me to embrace what's known. So when it's on the A bit, he's playing like a F sharp in there as well. And then when it goes to the F sharp, So the key themes of the thing is in the quiet bit, it's an A with an F sharp in there, and then it goes to an F sharp and then an A. So the quiet bit is important for what happens in the loud bit, if you see what I mean. Notally, yeah, tonally, I don't know. Harmonically, that's it. And that the side stick thing reminds me of there's a Radiohead song that does that. Maybe it's Street Spirit, Fade Out. But they're really exploring dynamics by making it super loud, and you can hear that as a production device. And there's something that I really like to hear on vocals. Like there's a lot of compression on the lead vocal that controls the peak limits and pulls up the quiet bits, so that when the band comes in and he starts roaring, the sort of one of the advantages of that recording approach is that his voice won't suddenly be really, really loud when the band comes in. So it sort of keeps his vocals at a consistent level. But I always like it. I mean, there are some producers that think it makes you sound like you've got golf balls in your mouth as a vocalist, you know. But I actually enjoy all the sort of being able to hear all the bits of spittle when you're doing like a subtle vocal. It pulls up all these little intricacies and nuances, and then when you roar, it controls it nicely. When I'm singing live, I like to have a very compressed vocal feed in my in-ear monitoring system because, I don't know, somehow it just makes it easier to control everything, I suppose. And I always enjoy listening to it on records as well. But that's just a personal preference, I think, so I'm enjoying that side of it. So that's an E. F sharp minor to a D. I would actually, if I could posit another theory as to an influence for this particular song, at least, I'd say there's a bit of Oasis in there. So I'm getting Oasis, I'm getting The Cult, and I'm getting a lot of the sort of quiet, loud 90s grunge, I suppose. Definitely chose the wrong outfit for this. So on the second verse, they've abandoned the quiet, loud approach, and then you sort of recognise why they've chosen this vocal treatment, I suppose, because it's kind of like it's more the band is more consistently present. So he's you know, the dynamic shifts in the way he's approaching the vocal is going to, you know, that would be way more obvious without the compression, I think. I hope you can be a little different from the rest of them. And I'm getting the Metallica now. That was a bit James Hetfield, wasn't it, that line? There's a lovely little vibrato in his voice there that puts me in the Chris de Burgh realm. Get fucked is such an Australian expression. I feel like that's more of the Anglophonic nations. I think that really puts them firmly in the Melbourne zone, right? Maybe I'm just saying that because that's what the Chats album was called, wasn't it? It's called Get Fucked, right? You can get fucked, mate. That's what they say, I think, but with an Australian accent, not whatever I just did there. I'm saying, and I can't help but think to the times we've lost and the chances we've missed. I can't describe my feelings. So it looks like that's in Germany somewhere, possibly. I would say possibly filmed in. If you look at the frame, 2 minutes 12, it says Donut Terrace. So yeah, that's probably in Germany somewhere, I reckon. No, what's that lovely bridge behind him there? Ooh, that's so scenic. It could be one of the could be Austria, I suppose. There's some weird sort of white religious looking buildings behind them. I'm determined to figure out where this is. This might be in Switzerland somewhere, actually. There's a lot of sort of abbeys and things that have those two towers. Shit, wow, I've been to a place that looks like that. What is it? Use the comment section below to tell me where this is in Europe, and it's definitely in Europe. I'll bet my silver suit on it. Now I'm just going to pause this frame here at 2 minutes 40. I love the way they've chosen this little alleyway here, because on one side you have like old looking slabs of stone, which you can casually lean against and play guitar. And then on the other side, it's all modern stuff, and I think it really talks about progress, really, and capitalism, and society, and mankind, really. They've captured all of that in one alleyway. So well done. It's my normality. I think it's Cologne. Well, it's not Melbourne. Let's say that. Doing the wrong stuff here. I shouldn't be trying to geographically place the location for the video shoot. I should be listening to the guitar solo. You're right, guys. Sorry. Okay, so the solos happens over the F sharp to A to E. So I would say all of the soloing is going to be in the F sharp minor pentatonic, which has sort of relative minor consequences that make it an A major solo. Some harmonic minor stuff happening there as well, but in the F sharp key. It's a very metal choice of guitar saturation and tone. It's a lovely sort of melodic solo. There's nothing too fancy happening. It's hard to do it on an acoustic, but what he's doing is he's fretting one on the B string and bending up to it from one on the G string. So they kind of create dissonance as they get near to one another, and then eventually they're in unison. It's a good trick. You see that on Pixies and Kings of Leon, stuff like that. It's probably a Chuck Berryism that's been sort of repurposed for melodic indie rock. Nice chord at the end. they've found a humidor where they can openly smoke cigars. Ironically, it's my normality. So, to me, that really does sound like a young band that are wearing their influences on their sleeve. It's always nice to hear that kind of thing. But yeah, I think that's it's one of those recordings that sort of sounds. It sounds like they would benefit from. You know, they can obviously sing and play and stuff, but I think they would benefit from like the input of a really, really great producer. And I think that's reasonable. It's a reasonable song, but it's kind of like, it's not like a world beater by any stretch of the imagination, but they have the potential and the looks and, you know, the dedicated fan base to make that a world beating band, you know. They just need somebody to write better songs for them and someone to produce it more gooder, I think. I think that's a watch this space moment, really. See how they develop. They got it all. They got the looks. They got the hair as well. They just haven't got the songs yet. But, you know, that's not to say I wholeheartedly disliked it. I really appreciate you guys for asking me to cover them. I can see why you're excited. But there's work to be done there. So, yeah, good luck. Never surrender. That's it. Never surrender. Remember, it doesn't matter what people like myself think. None of that matters. Just do the thing that you love. But I really hope they find their own kind of niche, because at the moment it's kind of like it's jumping from one sort of influence to another. You know, you can kind of hear it. And if you're going to explore dynamics, you can get away with murder on record and in real life, especially in real life, actually. But on record, like, you don't need everything compressed. So you want it, if you're going to do a quiet loud thing, have the loud thing really fucking hit you in the face, and have the quiet thing even like trick it in mastering so it's even quieter than you think. A lot of stuff gets sweetened on radio as well. Like if you're listening to stuff on the radio, it has an overall compression on everything that allows the sort of, you know, the presenter's voice to be competitive with whatever they've just been playing, regardless of the level they've been playing it at, and everything's kind of controlled and sweetened. It's your job as a band, I think, to, if you're going to explore dynamics, to do it fucking properly and just see what you can get away with. The answer is murder. You can get away with murder. So I would say do that, but do it more. Make it your thing, you know. If you're going to do quite loud, do silent, deafening. Justin Hawkins rides again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Watch one of these 2 videos and go and check out Mixed Up Everything. Nice one, guys. See you on the ice. Okay.